The Dewey Show, Vince McMahon Genius or Devil Personified. Vince McMahon documentary. Thank you to AdamMail.com for sponsoring The Dewey Show. Do you want to spice up your sex life? Well, Adam Mail has you covered. They have sex toys, condoms, lubricants, underwear, DVDs, and much more. What does much more mean? It means you should definitely go check them out because they have literally thousands of items to make you and your partner very happy and very satisfied. Sounds awesome, right? It just gets better because if you go to AdamMail.com and use the offer code Dewey at checkout, you'll get 50% off of almost any one item as well as free and discreet shipping. So go to AdamMail.com, that's ADAMMALE.com, and use the offer code Dewey at checkout, DEWEY. Along with everything else I talk about today, this link and offer code is in the description of today's episode. Thank you to AdamMail.com for sponsoring The Dewey Show. Please don't forget to subscribe to The Dewey Show on whichever platform you're listening to me on. Also, please give The Dewey Show a positive rating and please share The Dewey Show. Now let's get talking about Vince McMahon. Vincent Kennedy McMahon was born on August 24th, 1945, into a family already linked to the world of professional wrestling. His father, Vincent J. McMahon, was the promoter for the Capitol Wrestling Corporation, which would later become WWE. But it wasn't all smooth sailing for young Vince. He grew up estranged from his father for most of his early childhood, dealing with the struggles of growing up in a broken home. Vince didn't actually meet his father until he was 12 years old. Many say this tough upbringing instilled in Vince the grit and determination that would later define his career. Now, let's talk about the big moves Vince McMahon made to revolutionize professional wrestling. In 1982, he bought Capitol Wrestling from his father and began transforming the business. Vince had grand visions of bringing professional wrestling to a national audience. Up until that point, wrestling promotions were often localized, sticking to their territories. Vince took a calculated risk by breaking away from the National Wrestling Alliance, or NWA, and going solo. He syndicated his wrestling shows across the country, redefining the business model of wrestling promotion. But perhaps his most significant contribution was the creation of WrestleMania in 1985. He took the huge risk of partnering with celebrities like Mr. T and Cyndi Lauper to bring mainstream attention to the event. It paid off big time, turning WrestleMania into a cultural phenomenon and solidifying WWE's status as the world leader in sports entertainment. Let's start with the angelic side of Vince McMahon. It's no secret that Vince is a marketing genius, a master showman, and a brilliant businessman. His vision took WWE from a regional wrestling promotion to a billion-dollar global entertainment franchise, creating characters like Hulk Hogan, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and John Cena. Vince displayed an unrivaled ability to understand and give the audience what they craved. Vince's creativity knew no bounds. From groundbreaking matches like the Hell in a Cell, to dramatic storylines that made fans laugh, cry, and everything in between, he knew how to evoke emotions and keep fans coming back for more. His focus on providing high-quality entertainment extended beyond the ring with initiatives like the WWE Network, which was a pioneering move in the sports industry. Now, for every angel, there's also a devil. Vince McMahon's career is riddled with controversies and scandals. One of the most infamous was the steroid trial in the early 1990s, where Vince was accused of distributing steroids to his wrestlers. Although he was acquitted, the trial exposed the darker side of professional wrestling and challenged Vince's credibility and ethics. Then there's the Montreal Screwjob of 1997, a real-life incident where Vince orchestrated the controversial end to the match between Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels without Bret's knowledge. This event added a lot of fuel to the fire of what is often considered Vince's villainous side. There's also been criticism of how Vince handles talent. Many wrestlers have come forward over the years alleging poor treatment, from low pay to lack of health care. The ruthless manner in which Vince conducts business deals is also well documented. If you're not making money for the company, you're out. So what led to Vince McMahon's exit from WWE and TKO? Recently, allegations of misconduct surfaced that shook the very foundation of Vince's empire. Reports emerged detailing hush money payments to suppress allegations of sexual misconduct. This led to a massive public relations nightmare and put the company under intense scrutiny from both fans and stakeholders. In July 2022, Vince announced his retirement as chairman and CEO of WWE, citing the need for new leadership to guide the company through these challenging times. His departure wasn't entirely voluntary, as boardroom politics and shareholders' pressure made his position untenable. The scandals not only tarnished his reputation, but also risked destabilizing the company he had built over decades. Vince's exit led to a significant power shift within WWE. Stephanie McMahon, his daughter, and Nick Khan were named co-CEOs, while Triple H took over the creative direction of WWE's programming. The new leadership aimed to steer the company back onto safer, more progressive waters, focusing on restoring trust among talents and fans alike. The creation of TKO, a new venture aimed at blending traditional wrestling entertainment with cutting-edge tech and global outreach, saw WWE and UFC coming under one umbrella. The vision was grand, but Vince's name was a shadow hanging over these new initiatives. Although Vince remained involved to some extent as a major shareholder, his influence had noticeably waned. Vince McMahon's legacy is a complex tapestry of triumphs and tribulations. On one hand, he's a visionary who transformed professional wrestling, taking it from dimly lit gymnasiums to sold-out stadiums worldwide. He was a genius at creating larger-than-life personas and thrilling storylines that captured the imagination of fans across generations. On the other hand, his career is marked by controversy and questionable ethics. Vince's need to control his empire often led to ruthless decision-making, with talent like Bret Hart, Chyna, and CM Punk becoming collateral damage along the way. The accusations of misconduct and unethical business practices overshadowed many of his contributions to sports entertainment. So, what made Vince McMahon so phenomenally successful? A few key factors come to mind. Vince had an extraordinary vision. He saw the potential to globalize professional wrestling long before anyone else did. He understood that wrestling was not just a sport, but a form of entertainment that could captivate a diverse audience. Vince was a calculated risk-taker. From breaking away from the NWA and creating WrestleMania to launching the WWE Network, Vince wasn't afraid to put everything on the line for his vision. Vince's charisma and persona, especially his on-screen character, Mr. McMahon, combined with his off-screen business acumen, made him a unique and compelling leader. Vince had an uncanny ability to adapt. When WCW brought competition, he launched the Attitude Era, changing the game with edgier storylines and characters. He always found a way to stay relevant, despite the shifting dynamics of the entertainment industry. Vince had a knack for identifying and nurturing talent. Superstars like Hulk Hogan, The Rock, and John Cena became household names under his watchful eye, proving his keen sense of marketable personas. Now, let's move to the salacious and interesting tidbits about Vince McMahon. Always a larger-than-life character, Vince was known for his outrageous backstage antics and unpredictable personality. Vince is notorious for maintaining an insane fitness regimen, reportedly training intensely even into his 70s. This dedication to fitness was both admired and sometimes mocked by his colleagues. In the bizarre category, there's the story that Vince once challenged his employees to a stand-up contest and reportedly was very good at it. He has a unique sense of humor, albeit one that sometimes rubbed people the wrong way. A famous Vince McMahon story involves him tearing both of his quadriceps muscles during a live event, but refusing to show any signs of pain. Even when taken to the hospital, he maintained his stoic demeanor, asserting his toughness. Vince's offbeat sense of humor and ideas led to some of the weirdest and most controversial storylines and characters. From the Kiss My Ass Club to the infamous dog poop match, Vince's creative choices were often shocking and unpredictable. Vince's rivalry with other wrestling promoters, especially WCW's Eric Bischoff, became legendary. These battles often extended beyond the ring into personal vendettas, adding a layer of intrigue to the wrestling industry. Now, there are allegations out there right now that have yet to be proven in court, but are believed by many due to his past actions. In the aforementioned NDA pile was one that outlined horrific allegations. Janelle Grant, a former office employee of WWE, has brought forth allegations of sex trafficking, rape, even Vince McMahon defecating on her head during a threesome arranged by McMahon. If you're unfamiliar with the extremely dark attacks alleged against McMahon, I encourage you to look it up. I will throw a huge trigger warning on anything you read about. The monster that is Vince McMahon has tarnished the childhoods of many WWE fans and, most importantly, traumatized Miss Grant. Probably beyond any available therapeutic treatments that exist today, I hope that she is undergoing treatment for the trauma brought by McMahon. Despite his flaws and controversies, Vince McMahon transformed professional wrestling into a global phenomenon. His innovative vision and relentless drive have paved the way for future generations of promoters, wrestlers, and entertainers. The world of sports entertainment is richer and more diverse because of Vince McMahon's pioneering spirit. His story is a compelling blend of rise, fall, and redemption, filled with a myriad of unforgettable moments and characters. Whether you're reminiscing about the Austin 3/16 era, the electrifying presence of The Rock, or the jaw-dropping stunts at WrestleMania, Vince's fingerprints are all over wrestling history. As WWE and TKO move forward without Vince at the helm, the focus is on evolution and inclusivity. The new leadership aims to honor Vince's legacy while also addressing past shortcomings. By innovating and adapting to current trends, they hope to keep fans engaged and attract new audiences worldwide. The story of Vince McMahon is far from over. In the world of professional wrestling, where reality often blurs with fiction, Vince remains a towering figure, a master storyteller with a knack for the dramatic. His journey underscores a vital lesson. Greatness often comes with complexity, and legacies are built, not born. Vince McMahon's life and career are a study in contradictions. He's a visionary and a tyrant, a creator and a destroyer, a hero and a villain. His story is a testament to the human capacity for greatness and folly, ambition and hubris, love and betrayal. In the end, Vince McMahon's narrative is one that continues to captivate, challenge, and inspire. It is also a story of a perverse and dangerous individual whom I hope will remain out of the WWE. We may never fully understand the enigma that is Vince McMahon, but one thing is certain: the world of professional wrestling will never see another like him, and his alleged actions show that him never being recreated is a good thing. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into the life of Vince McMahon. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your friends. Tune in next time for more fascinating stories on The Dewey Show. Until then, I'm Dewey, signing off. Remember, love is everything, and go good.